A conversation with the universe. The desert stretched infinitely in all directions, an ocean of golden sand beneath a sky speckled with a million stars. The wind whispered through the dunes, carrying secrets from the ancient past. A lone traveler walked slowly, his footprints vanishing as if the earth refused to remember his presence. His robe, tattered and dust-covered, clung to his tired frame. He had spent years searching for answers, but tonight he felt further from them than ever before. Stopping in the middle of the vast emptiness, he lifted his gaze to the night sky. The weight of his thoughts pressed heavily on his chest. With a sigh, he spoke aloud, his voice barely more than a breath. "Why do I feel lost?" For a moment, there was only silence, the same silence that had followed him his entire life. But then, the stars shimmered, as if breathing in response, and a voice, deep and infinite, filled the space around him. "Because you are trying to walk a path meant for someone else." The traveler's brows furrowed. He had done everything he was supposed to. Chased success, sought approval, searched tirelessly for purpose. And yet, standing beneath the vastness of eternity, he felt smaller than ever. His voice wavered as he asked, "Then tell me, what is my purpose?" The stars above trembled and began shifting, rearranging themselves until a single constellation took form. An open door, hanging in the void. The sight sent a shiver down his spine. "To be exactly who you are meant to be," the universe replied. His lips parted, but no words came. The weight in his chest grew tighter. "But how do I know who I am?" "You do not find yourself," the voice echoed gently. "You uncover yourself." He exhaled sharply, the realization settling deep within him. He had spent his life looking outward, through achievements, through titles, through the validation of others, only to be led back here, to himself. But could he trust that? He took a hesitant step forward, then hesitated. His voice was barely above a whisper. "What if I fail?" Above him, the sky shuddered, and a comet tore through the darkness, a streak of burning light against the endless void. It blazed brilliantly for a moment before vanishing beyond the horizon. "What if you fly?" the universe asked. His heart pounded. The wind picked up, swirling around him, tugging at his robe as if urging him forward. He had always feared the unknown, mistaking uncertainty for danger. But now it felt different. It felt like possibility. He looked down at his hands, tracing the lines on his palms, the quiet markings of a life spent searching. His voice wavered. "But what if it's too late? What if I've already lost too much time?" The universe hummed in amusement, the stars pulsing with quiet understanding. Time is not lost. It is only misunderstood. Above him, a new constellation formed. This time, the shape of a clock, its glowing gears and hands suspended in the sky. Then, just as quickly, the image shattered, the stars scattering like dust. "You believe time is running out," the universe continued. "But time has never been chasing you." The man blinked, feeling the truth of the words settle into his bones. "You are exactly where you need to be." A deep exhale left his lungs, his shoulders easing for the first time in years. Slowly, he tilted his head back, drinking in the vastness of the sky. Each star burned in its own way, yet together they formed the heavens. A quiet smile tugged at his lips. "So, I must trust myself?" "You have always been the answer," the universe whispered. For the first time in his life, he did not seek another question. The wind shifted, and as he took his next step, the desert sand beneath him shimmered. No longer a barren wasteland, but a path forward. The wisdom of the universe. Understanding the path to self-discovery. At some point in life, every person finds themselves looking up at the sky, searching for answers. We seek purpose, direction, and reassurance that we are on the right path. A conversation with the universe is a story that speaks to the universal experience of feeling lost, uncertain, and disconnected from one's true self. The traveler in the story represents all of us, those who have spent years chasing external validation, measuring success by societal expectations, and fearing the unknown. However, through his dialogue with the universe, he is guided toward a powerful realization. The answers he seeks have always been within him. This story serves as a lesson in self-discovery, trust, and the nature of time. It reveals that our struggles are not signs that we are lost, but rather indicators that we have been searching in the wrong places. The universe, in its infinite wisdom, teaches the traveler, and by extension, the reader, that our purpose is not something we must find, but something we must uncover within ourselves. The illusion of being lost. Many of us, like the traveler, feel as though we are wandering through life without direction. We compare ourselves to others, wondering if we are falling behind or missing out on something greater. We follow paths that seem promising, only to arrive at places that feel empty. When the traveler asks why he feels lost, the universe responds with a profound truth. Because you are trying to walk a path meant for someone else. This statement challenges the common belief that success is a universal formula, one that, if followed correctly, will lead to fulfillment. However, the reality is that each person's journey is unique. When we try to fit into expectations that do not align with our true selves, we will always feel lost. The universe does not impose a single path upon us. Instead, it encourages us to embrace the path that feels most aligned with who we truly are. Uncovering the true self. One of the most striking moments in the story is when the traveler asks, "How do I know who I am?" The universe replies, "You do not find yourself. You uncover yourself." This challenges the common misconception that identity is something external, something we must acquire, earn, or achieve. In reality, our true nature has always been within us. The problem is that we have spent our lives burying it under expectations, fears, and societal pressures. The process of self-discovery is not about becoming someone new, but about peeling away the layers of who we are not. In a world that constantly tells us who we should be, this realization is both liberating and frightening. It requires us to trust ourselves more than the external world, which is why so many hesitate to take the journey inward. Yet it is only when we embrace who we are at our core that we begin to feel a true sense of alignment with life. Fear and possibility. Fear is one of the greatest obstacles to living authentically. The traveler hesitates to step forward, voicing a common human concern. What if I fail? Instead of comforting him with guarantees, the universe responds with a powerful counter-question. What if you fly? This exchange highlights the fact that fear and possibility exist as two sides of the same coin. Every great transformation in life comes with uncertainty. Fear tells us that stepping into the unknown is dangerous, but in truth, it is the only way to grow. Just as a comet blazes across the sky, brilliant yet fleeting, our moments of opportunity will come and go. The question is whether we will let fear paralyze us or use it as a force to propel us forward. The universe does not deny the traveler's fear, but it does remind him that fear should not be the deciding factor. If we let fear dictate our choices, we will remain stuck, never knowing the extent of our potential. The truth about time. One of the most profound lessons in the story revolves around time. The traveler, like so many of us, fears that he has already lost too much of it. What if it's too late? He asks, voicing the anxiety of those who feel they have wasted years or missed their chance at a meaningful life. The universe's response is both poetic and transformative. Time is not lost. It is only misunderstood. Society teaches us to see time as a race, one where we must achieve certain milestones by a specific age. But the universe reminds us that time has never been working against us. It is not something to be chased, nor something that we can run out of. Every moment, no matter how seemingly insignificant, has played a role in shaping who we are. When the cosmic clock shatters, it symbolizes the dissolution of this rigid concept of time. The past does not define us, nor does it restrict our future. What truly matters is the present moment and the choices we make now. Trusting the journey. At the end of the story, the traveler does not receive a neatly packaged answer. Instead, he's given the ultimate truth. You have always been the answer. This final revelation is perhaps the most important of all. The traveler had spent his life looking outward for direction, yet the universe guides him back to himself. His fears, his doubts, his endless questions, all of them were distractions from what he already knew deep within. This is the core message of A Conversation with the Universe. We often search for meaning in books, in mentors, in achievements, or in external validation, when the answers have always been inside of us. The journey is not about finding something we lack, but about remembering what we already have. When the traveler finally smiles, he has not necessarily figured everything out, but he has found peace in the knowing that he does not have to. He trusts himself. He trusts the journey. And in that moment, the desert, once barren and empty, becomes a path forward. Conclusion. The story of A Conversation with the Universe is more than just a spiritual tale. It is a reflection of the struggles we all face in our pursuit of purpose, identity, and fulfillment. It teaches us that we are never truly lost, only distracted by paths that do not belong to us. It reminds us that fear and possibility exist together, and that time is never running out. Most importantly, it encourages us to trust ourselves, for we have always been the answer we seek. Life is not about following a predetermined script. It is about listening to the quiet wisdom within, embracing our unique journey, and daring to step through the cosmic doorway that has always been waiting for us.